3 minutes less than the last time you asked me that.
Ted, she's 6. She doesn't get sarcasm.
Yes, I do, Mommy. He means I'm asking the same question too much.
What in the world?
Why did you turn the wipers on? It's not raining outside.
I didn't.
We'll turn them off.
I'm trying.
What's wrong, Mommy?
Nothing, honey, other than Daddy's new car is broken.
It's not broken, it's just...
What's wrong with this thing? What's wrong?
It won't move!
What? Ted, slow down!
You may be asking yourself, how did this accident happen? This tragic accident wasn't an accident at all. It was intentional, deliberate. The result of the vehicle's onboard computer being hacked. But who would have done such a thing? And why? It was blackmail. Someone trying to extort money out of the company's coffers and into their own pockets. In order to investigate this more closely, we'll need to travel back in time to the location where the hack took place. Right now, American Vehicle Corporation is being breached. And contrary to popular belief, it's not the computers that are being hacked, but rather the people. Dave Porter, mid-level project manager in AVC's engineering department. You see, this all started 2 weeks ago when I returned to my office after grabbing lunch. Unfortunately, I made the wrong decision. The first part of this hack occurred 3 hours earlier when I got a package delivered. By plugging the drive into my computer, I allowed malicious code to be planted by the hacker, giving him full access to my files, including sensitive data on how to remotely control various functions of all our company-made vehicles. Once news of this accident got out, the safety of all our vehicles was called into question, putting thousands of jobs at risk, including my own. Next time, I'll know to take any suspicious devices I find to my company's IT department. They'll know how to handle things from there.
All right, so I'll play the video one more time and then we will look at the questions to this video. Okay, just stay tuned. For those of you who just joined us, let's watch the video one more time so that you can get the understanding of the video. All right.
Now how much longer?
Oh, about 3 minutes less than the last time you asked me that.
Ted, she's 6. She doesn't get sarcasm.
Yes, I do, Mommy. He means I'm asking the same question too much.
What in the world?
Why did you turn the wipers on? It's not raining outside.
I didn't.
We'll turn them off.
I'm trying.
What's wrong, Mommy?
Nothing, honey, other than Daddy's new car is broken.
It's not broken, it's just...
What's wrong with this thing? What's wrong?
It won't move!
What? Ted, slow down!
You may be asking yourself, how did this accident happen? This tragic accident wasn't an accident at all. It was intentional, deliberate. The result of the vehicle's onboard computer being hacked. But who would have done such a thing? And why? It was blackmail. Someone trying to extort money out of the company's coffers and into their own pockets. In order to investigate this more closely, we'll need to travel back in time to the location where the hack took place. Right now, American Vehicle Corporation is being breached. And contrary to popular belief, it's not the computers that are being hacked, but rather the people. Dave Porter, mid-level project manager in AVC's engineering department. You see, this all started 2 weeks ago when I returned to my office after grabbing lunch. Unfortunately, I made the wrong decision. The first part of this hack occurred 3 hours earlier when I got a package delivered. By plugging the drive into my computer, I allowed malicious code to be planted by the hacker, giving him full access to my files, including sensitive data on how to remotely control various functions of all our company-made vehicles. Once news of this accident got out, the safety of all our vehicles was called into question, putting thousands of jobs at risk, including my own. Next time, I'll know to take any suspicious devices I find to my company's IT department. They'll know how to handle things from there.
All right, so welcome back from the video. And the moral lesson we can learn from the video is that we shouldn't take pen drives, USB drives that we don't know who it belongs to. Whenever we see a USB drive on the floor or anywhere, we shouldn't just put it in our computers, because these USB drives could contain viruses, and it's something that we should all know, and we should all take notice of it. One simple error have cost the lives of different people, and that is how far cybersecurity and attacks can go. Right, so let's take our quiz and let's look at how we can best do our practicals. So we just have one question. What is the best thing to do with a USB drive? What is the best thing to do with a USB drive? The options are leave it and walk away. Second option is throw it away. The third option is to plug it in to see who is on it. And the last option is to take it to the IT department. What do you think the answer is to question number 1? And there's just only one question. Anyone with this? With this question? Anybody to tell us what the answer is? All right, so if no one is telling us what the answer is, I think the best thing to do is to take it to the IT department. That will be the best thing that we can do. So what we've learned today is about USB drive, and all of us have USB drives. And what we can say about USB drive is we shouldn't put any USB drive we see in our computers. Wherever you are in the organization, if you see any USB drive somewhere, please don't slot it in your computer. Take it to somebody, take it to the IT team, or report this particular USB. They would run this USB in something we call a sandbox so that they could know what is actually on it. One error can compromise our systems and make us susceptible to attack. That's about today. Now let's go in to talk about what we have, our practical session. I was hoping others could join, but no problem. We are going to talk about a tool in cybersecurity called OWASP ZAP. OWASP as an organization, they have an application called ZAP. So OWASP ZAP. Now this tool is a free tool, and it is mostly used by developers to check and scan websites and web applications. We use these tools to find vulnerabilities in websites. So let's say that you built a website, and after building the website, you want to see the vulnerabilities that are on the website. Vulnerabilities, on the other hand, are weaknesses in a website. And these weaknesses could lead or could make your website easy or weak for attackers to exploit. And attackers would exploit these websites. That is what it is. So this OWASP ZAP is there, and with Kali Linux is an operating system also used by cybersecurity analysts, right? And with this, what it means is it comes pre-installed with OWASP ZAP. So OWASP ZAP is OWASP Z or OWASP Z attack proxy. So we are going to use this tool and use this tool to try and see if a website is vulnerable or not. That is what we are going to do. And know that scanning websites is illegal, right? Scanning people's websites is illegal. You should have permissions to websites before you scan them. That's what it is. So you can't just say you are going to use this tool on Facebook, Instagram, all those big places. No, they won't allow you to do that. You might even be tracked and arrested. You don't have permission to be scanning people's websites. But we have a website here that will be scanning. This website is just designed for practicals only. Okay. And then, like I said, OWASP ZAP is pre-installed in Kali. So once you go in here, you'll be able to see OWASP ZAP, right? If you search for ZAP, you see this is the first thing that comes. So we are going to look at how we can operate this tool or how we can use this to find vulnerabilities on this particular website. And I'm loading this particular application right now. Okay, so whenever you open this, it will tell you that, do you want to persist with this session? Persisting with a session means that sometimes you can't just take 1 day, 1 month to find vulnerabilities in a website. You want one session to be focusing on a website. That's what it means. Now, we don't want this because we just want to try it for today. So I'll go to no, I do not want this. Okay, fine. Then what I'll do is I'll make sure that this OWASP ZAP can talk to the browser, you see, and can talk to the browser. I need to make sure that I put something in between and make sure that they talk to each other. And that is something that we should know. And by doing this in cybersecurity, we make sure that we have a proxy settings. So I'll come here to the tools, go to options. Under options, I'll scroll down and look for networks. Under networks, I'll see proxy settings, and I'll see that this is the port that I can use this port to make my browser speak to this particular program. I'll click OK. Then in my browser, I'll make sure there is proxy settings connected. So in your browser, if you go to settings, you can search for proxies here. And once you search for proxies, you can set proxy up. Okay. And once you set proxy up, everything you do in your browser would be talking to OWASP ZAP as an application. But regardless, we have some external tool we can use to create this particular proxy. So you come here, it is called Foxy Proxy. It's an extension mostly found in browsers. So once you have this particular extension, you go in and you configure the extension to be on the same port as the ZAP proxy. Okay, so once you come here, you look at the proxies, you go to add a proxy, and you see that this port is 8081. The ZAP proxy was also 8081. So let me go there again and go to options and go to, so you see this is 8081 and the address is the same. So if I close this and I come here, I make sure this is 8081 and the address also the same. Meaning that if I turn this on, if I turn this on, this proxy settings on, and I refresh this particular window, and I come here to my ZAP proxy, I'll see this particular thing here, meaning that my ZAP proxy has activated in this window. And you see that I am getting something called a hub, ZAP HUD. This means heads up display. Heads up display will display something like a console. So this is how we are using this particular tool to find vulnerabilities on this particular application. So I'll say, okay, continue to the site. So once I see continue to the site, you see like a game console here, and you see other consoles here. Now, the reason why we are navigating through these links is we don't want to be alerting the cybersecurity, or we don't want to be alerting the firewall of websites whenever maybe you're trying to find vulnerabilities in a website. We do this to make sure that we don't find, or we don't alert other professionals who own this website. We want to do this passively without they knowing that we are doing this on their website. But like I said, scanning websites is illegal. You don't have to scan, or you don't have permission. Don't scan people's website. So on the left-hand side, you see flags. These flags show vulnerabilities of a website and of the web page, and the right-hand side flag shows the vulnerability of the total system, or the total web page, sorry, the total website. Okay, and now we can make this particular website in scope, meaning that we want to target this particular website only. We want everything we capture to be about this website. So once we are doing this, we are going through different things on the website. And as we are going through different things on the website, the ZAP is learning. It is learning new things on the website. So if, let's say, I type in something different, like let's say the username and a password, let's assume I don't know the username and a password, and I do, okay, I just type in Thomas here, and I just type in a different password, okay, and I do log in. You see, this is not correct. But once you go in here, you get to see a lot of things inside this particular website. It is showing vulnerabilities here. And by showing vulnerabilities, it has showed me the first one, which is the password that I just put in. The password I just put in is, the username is Thomas, and the password is 1234 here. So I can just right click on this and say, I want to attack this particular site. And okay, fuzz. You see, now fuzzing is a way that attackers will try and go in a website without knowing the username and a password. So they will type in a random username and password. They will say it's here. They will come in here, and then they will edit the username and the password section. So let's say if this is the password, they will edit the password section, and they will do save. While they do save, they can add here, they can add a list of passwords. So here, let's say they have a list of passwords that they want to add. They can go in and add these passwords. Okay, let's say they have passwords on their, let's say on their computer. They can go in and input these passwords, add these files, and they select through the files. So let me go to my documents, and let me do password.txt. And I'm saying, okay, I want to start fuzzing. So I'll do start fuzzing. And you see that it would try all the passwords in the list. After trying all the passwords in the list, it will show me what the correct password is. This is the correct password here. So after everything we did, we are able to give the correct password, this one. Meanwhile, when we were starting, we didn't even know what the password is. I just type in random numbers. But because of this, we have seen that this particular site, we can fuzz and generate website passwords without those at the website knowing, because of these two. Okay. And once you are in the tool, you go in your browser, you can just try and scan. Let's say here. You can just say, okay, I want to just scroll this particular website. Yes, I want to be scrolling through this particular website. What it means is that we are scanning these websites for any vulnerabilities. We want to go in the website and try for many vulnerabilities as much as we can. That is when you click it, that's what it means. So once you are here, because we are doing or we are navigating through it passively, we are just typing in anything there and we will submit. And once we do that, this is learning about the website. The OWASP ZAP is learning about the website. It is looking at the things in the website. It is trying to find as many vulnerabilities as possible. And let's say if I type in 1 here and submit, it is trying to find as many things as possible in that particular website. So the moment you do spider start, you are starting scanning this particular website. You are scanning through the website. So it will scan through the website here. You see that it is scanning the website, and now it is getting us more information. It is bringing us more information about these particular parts in the website, giving us more information that we needed to know. So here is an ID session. I can just click on it and do attack and do active scan. Once I do active scanning, it means that I'm trying to exploit these vulnerabilities. I say, okay, do you want to start scanning? I say, yes. Now, when you click on this, you see I am trying different vulnerabilities on this particular web page. So all these vulnerabilities are being tested out to see if these things can work on the page. So all these things we are doing it on the website without anybody knowing it, passing through, going in there and making sure that we would find as many information on the website as best as possible. Whenever you build a website, these things are important. We have to get to know if there are vulnerabilities on that particular website. If they are, then you must go ahead and fix them. You see, but we have to test them out to see. So all the websites we visit, mostly we go in there. Most of these websites are tested. They are tested to see if we can actually get in or an attacker can actually get in. If an attacker can get in, then means that the website or the developers must go and sit down and make sure that they try it out and make sure they stop or they fix all these issues. So fixing all these issues, you should know first. That's why these tools are there. So these tools act like something that you can use to access your website. You get this tool, you access that website using a proxy. So you open that website in a browser, everything will be recorded here. You come in here and you can see as many things as possible. You will see the output, everything happening in this particular website, and you see under the alerts. So under the alerts, you see all the bad things that could go wrong. So with this particular web page, we tried SQL injection and realized that this particular web page is susceptible to SQL injection, meaning that an attacker could use the right code, SQL, to get in the back end of that particular website. And getting in the back end, this attacker can see people's passwords, people's files, so on and so forth. And that is one thing that we have to know. So if you click on it, you get to know more information about this particular SQL injection and how or what SQL command they were using. Yeah, so everything will be inside, and this particular thing is done. We were able to see one vulnerability on that particular web page. And once you come in here, as you move through web pages and you try them out, you go in here and you see this particular thing is also there. You go in here and you see, okay, we have this particular thing also added to it. Now let's attack it and see if we can get more information about that particular place. And you see the alerts are becoming plenty. They are becoming more as we are navigating through this particular website. We don't want to do the normal scans that you scan a website from the outside. If you do this, most of the time, cybersecurity professionals that own the website, the web application firewalls hosted on those websites will block them. But as you go in there one by one, you get to see the real vulnerabilities, the real things on the website, how best we can attack these websites. And if you click on it, you get the information on how we can prevent these sites, or we can prevent these things from happening on our actual site. So this is a free tool. Cybersecurity professionals use them to find as many vulnerabilities as they can on a website. That is what it is. Okay, so this is just a little intro. So this tool is a free tool used by cybersecurity professionals. If you have a website in mind, your own website, you want to try them out and see if these websites have vulnerabilities. If they do, how will you even know? This is how you can use to know. Using this tool to know if that particular website has vulnerabilities, and if they do, how we can solve it. So there's a solution column here. How you can solve this particular thing, and so on and so forth. This is where I will end with OWASP ZAP. Okay, this is a search section about OWASP ZAP. And I know most of you have things that you are doing, so I don't have an issue. But what we came to learn here, we have done that. What we should take from here is that whenever you see any USB anywhere, don't just put this USB in your computer. Sometimes people randomly drop, or people intentionally drop USBs, pen drive at different locations. You go in the mall, somebody would come and sit somewhere, leave a pen drive. You go to even in church, even at public places, the airports, somebody will just drop a pen drive. And as you see, you've seen a new pen drive that you want to take because there's no owner and the pen drive is big. You can use this to download things more and more. The moment you put this pen drive on your PC or you slot it in, something bad will run on your PC. An attacker can get command or get into your PC using this simple trick. This is where we will end for today. So I would like to thank you guys for joining us here. And questions before we leave? Any questions before we leave this particular place? Any questions? Any questions before we leave here? Okay, if there are no questions, then we would leave and continue and meet again next week, Wednesday. So as you go in the week, please be mindful of the things you click. Be cautious of the things you put in your computer and the applications you download with. People will send you links. People will call you to pretend to be your friend. People will tell you to click on different things. Be mindful of all of that. And then if you do that, you'll be protected, or you try your best to minimize any attack or compromise. Thank you guys for joining in. and then we will see each other next week, Wednesday, same time, same place. Bye bye. Enjoy your week.
Hey, future cybersecurity pro, ready to defend the digital realm? Cybercrime is escalating and companies need skilled cybersecurity experts. Join Softafreak Group, a top IT company, and kickstart your career with our 16-week online cybersecurity course. Learn from the best. Our course, crafted by expert cybersecurity professionals, gives you hands-on skills with cutting-edge tools like Wireshark, Metasploit, Nmap, Burp Suite, and more. No prior experience? No problem. We guide you every step of the way. Gain real-world experience with your own virtual computer. Practice in a safe, simulated environment, tackling cyber threats, securing networks, and mastering ethical hacking techniques. We don't just teach you skills, we prepare you for success. Our team helps you craft a standout resume and ace your interviews, ensuring you land your dream job in cybersecurity. Don't wait for cyber threats to strike. Become the solution. Enroll in Softafreak Group's 16-week cybersecurity course today and start your journey to a high-paying career. Visit portal.softafreak.net to sign up now. Call for the USA +15029667638 and for Ghana +2332687888884.